It has never been heard in the history of mankind when a man would get pregnant. But the story of Akanu is one that the people of Akan, formerly known as Ino, would never forget. In a small village nestled among the rolling hills of the Akan people, there lived a young man named Akanu. He was known throughout the village for his strength, honesty, and his deep love for people and the land. He worked as a farmer, growing cassava, yam, and maize in the fertile soil that surrounded his village. Akanu lived a simple life, and there was no one who questioned his character or his way of living. But one day, everything changed. It all started with a strange feeling one morning. Akanu woke up as usual, the sun rising behind the hills, and birds singing in the tree. He had worked hard the previous day, clearing a new patch of land for planting, and he expected to feel the usual exhaustion in his muscles. But that was not the case. His stomach felt unusually full, and there was an odd, unfamiliar feeling within him. He tried to ignore it at first, but by midnight, the feeling grew stronger. It felt as if something was moving inside him, pressing against his stomach. Am I sick? He wondered. Holding his stomach, he had never felt anything like it before, and a sense of unease began to spread through him. Akanu was a strong man, and the idea of being ill scared him. He walked to the village healer, an elderly woman named Nene, who was known for her wisdom and her knowledge of both herbs and the mysterious ways of the spirit world. Nene examined him carefully. She asked him a series of questions, probing into his health and recent experiences. Akanu, have you been feeling different? Any strange dreams or visions? She asked. Akanu thought for a moment. He had been having strange dreams lately. Dreams of a woman singing a soft lullaby to him. Dreams of strange rituals. And a powerful feeling of connection to something larger than himself. But he had dismissed them as mere dreams. Nothing more. No, Nene, he replied, shaking his head. I only feel this. The strange sensation in my stomach is unlike anything I've ever felt before. Nene looked at him closely, her eyes narrowing. This is not a sickness, oh my child, she said softly. It is something far more unusual for a man. I believe you're pregnant. Akanu laughed very hard, thinking the whole dealer has lost her mind. Pregnant? How can a man be pregnant? He asked, not believing his ears. Nene did not smile. In our village, we have always known that the world is full of mysteries. There are forces in nature, and we do not always understand. And sometimes the spirit world moves in ways that man may not understand. What you are experiencing is one of those mysteries. But I am a man. Akanu insisted, his voice rising in confusion. How can I carry a child? The healer was quiet for a moment. Before she spoke, there is a legend among our people, she began. It's said that in times of great change, when the village is in need of a leader, a man may be chosen to bear the child of the future. The child will grow to be someone who will guide the people through difficult times. But I didn't believe it until now. I thought it was mere myth until now. Perhaps, Akanu, you are the chosen one for this role, she sighed. Akanu's mind was racing. He has never heard the elders speak of such things, but he had always thought them to be passed down through generations. He never imagined that one day he would find himself in the middle of one. Over the next few days, Akanu's condition did not improve. His belly began to grow, slowly but surely. He continued to work in the field, though he found it more difficult as the days went on. The other villagers noticed his strange condition, and rumor began to spread. Some believed that Akanu was cursed. Others thought he had been chosen by the gods for a special purpose. The village elders called a meeting to discuss what should be done. "We must follow the signs of the gods," one elder said. "Akanu may be carrying a child who will bring prosperity and peace to our people. We should support him in this time of mystery." But not everyone was convinced. Some villagers were fearful. "This is unnatural," they said. "A man cannot become pregnant. We must find a way to stop this before it causes harm to our community." Idoma, another elder, said. Akanu felt the weight of the villagers' expectation on him. He was no longer just a farmer. He had become the subject of a great mystery. The pressure grew with each passing day, and he began to feel more isolated, unsure of what was happening to him and how he should handle it. One evening, as he sat alone by the river, trying to make sense of everything, a figure appeared beside him. It was Nene, the healer. She sat down beside him, offering him a gourd filled with water. Do not let fear control you, Akanu," she said gently, her voice like still waters. "The spirits are at work and you must trust in them. You are not the first man to experience this, though you may be the first in many generations. The child you carry will be born when the time is right, and he will fulfill his purpose." Akanu took a deep breath, trying to steady his racing heart. "But what if I'm not ready for this task? What if the village turns against me? What if the child isn't what they expect? What if it's even a monster?" Nene placed a hand on his shoulder, offering him comfort. She could see his nervousness. This child will guide you, Akanu. Trust in your own strength and the strength of the community. You're not alone in this. But we all walk this path together," she said, her voice gradually fading away as she vanished. In the weeks that followed, Akanu's pregnancy continued to progress. The villagers' opinions remained divided. But as time went on, they began to notice changes in Akanu. His strength remained, but he also grew wiser and more patient. He began to understand things about his village, its people, and himself that he had never truthfully understood before. He saw connections between events, recognized the needs of his people, and began offering advice that seemed to come from a deeper understanding that he had ever known. One morning, after several months had passed, Akanu felt a sharp pain in his abdomen. He rushed to Nene's hut, and she immediately began preparing for its delivery. The entire village gathered as the time drew near. It was a sacred moment full of anticipation and mystery. The sky above seemed to hold its breath as there was eclipse, and even the birds fell silent as the first cries of the child echoed through the land. When the child was born, it was a boy, healthy, handsome, and strong. Akanu looked at the child with awe, feeling a deep connection. There was something ancient about the child, something that told him that this was no ordinary birth. The villagers gathered around, and the elders proclaimed that the child was indeed a blessing, sent to lead them into a new era. He was named Akan. As the child grew, he displayed extraordinary wisdom and strength. It became clear that Akanu had not only carried a child, but a leader. The mysterious pregnancy had marked the beginning of a new chapter for the people of Akan, one of prosperity, unity, and peace. Akanu's name was spoken with respect and reverence, not just as the man who has carried a child, but as the father of the future. And so Akanu's life changed forever. He had not only brought new life into the world, but had played a pivotal role in the story of his people. His mysterious pregnancy had been the catalyst for a transformation, both in himself and in his village. The legend of Akanu, the man who became pregnant, was passed down from generations to generations. And as the elders would say, in times of great change, the Spirit will guide us in ways we do not understand, but they will lead us to the future we are meant to embrace. Thank you for watching. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do that to get premium stories. See you in the next video. Bye.